Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. I get a lot of questions about how I store my Stampin' Up dies, and I said that I would do a video one day because it's not just a question of saying this is what I buy, that's it, and I'm going to explain to you why. So this is what I actually buy. It's made by Crafts Papermania and it's called Stampin' Die Storage. This is how it arrives. Inside it's a zipper case, okay, and it stands up like that, or like that even. It's got a carrying handle as well. I know that you can get these things in double size, but when they're filled up, they're heavier, much heavier. So let's take that bit of cardboard out. So on the, have I got this upside down? Yes, I have. Right, so this is how it is. Okay, so you get these, and they're magnetic sheets in there. So that's a new one. I won't show you that one. This is one of mine, and I have 4 plus that new one, because Stampin' Up dies are absolutely brilliant and I don't get rid of them. Occasionally I will do if it comes with a matching stamp set, but even that's not guaranteed. I have so many that I now have 2 sets. I have one that is for my current dies, and I have one that is for my retired dies. Now what I do with them is, first of all, I've got a little tab on top like this, so that when I have them sitting on the floor by my desk, I can see this. I have different colours, but they're all labelled, so I know which file I need, and I can just pull it out by pulling on the handle there. Okay, which is why I find this so convenient. And when they're full up, they're not too heavy, not for me. I have a back problem, so I have to be careful about weight, but I find these are okay. Now inside, I keep these, apart from the first 4. As you saw, this was M to Z. So this is Mayflowers. Sorry about the shine here. Let me see if I can just prop that up a bit. Let's bring this in here, that's better. Okay, so all here is in alphabetical order. And on here, what I've done is I've labelled them with the name of what they are. And then it's got a letter, which will be something like framelits, thinlits, edgelets. So I just take the letter of it. So when I'm doing a video, I know that that's a framelit. I just need to look at that. Then I put the catalogue number, and then X, and then by the side of that I've got a number, and that represents the number of dies there are here, so that I've only got to count when I put something away and make sure that I've got everything. So that's that. On the other side of it, what I've done is I've put a piece of, I've adhered a piece of cardboard on the back of the magnetic sheet, and I've die cut all the shapes that are in there. That's why it's taken me so long to get all of this finished and up to date. This was quite a new, in fact I started this last November, but now I can go through. That one's different because it's the mini treat bag and it's got extra big dies in it with pieces, but all these other ones, it will have all the shapes to it. And like that's thinlits, I see by the letter T on that one. That one I've let myself down, not put a letter on it, because now I'll pick that one up in the video. That's F's. Okay, so that is basically how I keep them all. The other thing that I do is, once I have done this, then I will put 2 side by side and I'll photocopy them, and then I'll put those in just a little display wallet. In fact, let me show you mine. this is the old system. This is where I would take the actual packet. First of all, I used to take them out of the packet, but then I decided it looked a lot easier because it's nice and white, and if you photocopy it that way round, you get the name and you get the numbers. You've got the complete name on that one, but then you've got the actual die there as well. So when I'm looking for something, all I need to do is have a flick through here. I don't have to keep it in any particular order, and then I can tell by the name where I can find it. I would also do one of those for the retired dies, so that I could find those easily as well. And the one thing, as I scooted past quickly here, I said to you, apart from these first 4, what these are is 2, 3 and 4. These are the layering squares, layering ovals and layering circles. And this one are my stitched shaped framelits. No, I haven't lost them. It's just that I've finished making another video. So I haven't had a chance to put them away yet. But because I use these so much, I keep these right at the front. And the other thing that I wanted to say, another question I get asked frequently is, how do I number my dies? I always say the smaller the smaller the die, the smaller the number. So number 1 is the smallest die, which was easy when we had just the normal circles and squares and what have you, because they were all just sitting on top of each other. But because these are so brilliantly layered, they're so close to each other, they can't sit on top of each other for storage. For example, let's do it onto there. So that's number 1 trying to sit onto number 2, and it won't go. Okay, it won't go inside, so they have to be put on here in 2 lots. Okay, but what it does mean is that is number 1, that is number 2, that's number 3, that's number 4. In fact, let me do it the other way around, that make sure that this is nice and clear. Right, okay, so we start off with number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which means you've got 2, 4, 6, 8, and you've got 1, 3, 5, 7 there. But really and truly, size wise, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that applies to these as well. It's slightly different with the ovals, only from the point of view that there are just 7 of these. There are 8 of these, but 7 of these, but the numbering works exactly the same. How many have we got in here? 19. Okay, so that's 5, 5, 5. Oh, that's unusual. So there's 10 of the scalloped squares, and there's 9 of the straight cut squares. And that is something else that an expression I use. I call these straight cuts. Whether they're circles, are still a straight cut to me. That's a scallop. Okay. And then of course these are just numbers 1, 2, 3 and 4, whether it's a square, oval or circle. I hope that's cleared up 1 or 2 questions that I often get answered. If you have any other questions, please ask. I'm always very, very happy to help to sort out any queries. many thanks for joining me. I don't know if I should start calling these kind of videos anything like in the US. I know they call them 101s. We don't have anything like that over here, but maybe I'll think of something before I actually publish this. Anyway, many thanks for joining me today. Until next time, happy crafting. Cheerio.